Johnny M in the mix.
Desperation.
I'm always thinking about you. I wonder if you can tell that these things I'm feeling inside me. I keep this all to myself.
Desperation.
Because they fall so deep. You never know how far I go. And I know I have this beat. Desperation I fall. I fall so deep.
What's up, traders? Welcome to episode 672 of the show. You could be doing anything, but you're here on a Wednesday, but an unforgettable day if you're a U.S. citizen, and that's September 11th. And definitely a day that, yeah, man, it's awful. 3,000 plus people died. But, yeah. So just paying respect with the overlays and by mentioning it, but hey, man, paying respect to America every single day right here, man. All right. Always going to be here no matter what. All right. So anyway, you know, Bitcoin has broken to the upside a little bit. I don't know, like $100 maybe, you know, since I did the static video. Hope you like my new hat. Well, it's not my new hat. I guess it is new. It's my first time ever wearing it on stream. MK gave me this when we were in Vegas. And I just said, you know what, man, I'll wear a Bitcoin hat today. So, yeah, here it is. And maybe you're just wedging here. Maybe, you know, you hit a 62% retrace area, the bottom of the golden zone, and you've broken the upside just a little bit, but not much. I mean, you're not even out of the parameters of that little wedge, right? Guess I deleted it or something. I don't know. It was weird. My OBS was closed when I got back home. Yeah, see, no breakout. So you see it, downsloping price contraction. Nearing, you know, you're like 75% of the way through it or more. So a break to the upside downside at this point seems pretty much imminent. All right. I mean, it's going to happen. Like whether you can't break it and then you dump to lower prices, or you break it and rally to the higher prices. So this just might be a turning point, pretty much in a dead zone of a range where, I mean, like who is really, you know, what kind of risk is there in the dead middle of a range? It's like, go flip a coin, dude. Flip a coin. I mean, 4 hours kind of diverging on the way down, but it's not a different histogram island. So you could say you are diverging. And so we might rally, but again, until you break above 10,200 or something, whatever, man, still contracting in a way. All right. The divergence gives you some sort of slighter probability of a break to the upside. But again, it being 60-minute divergence, you know, the price action involved with it might not be what you want or would like if you wanted it to go that much higher. But, you know, like on a Garley, it's between it could go as, when it begins to retrace for real, it could go to the 382. Between the 382 and the 886, that's the criteria for BTC. I was just thinking, hey man, like, well, you know, what's wrong with thinking about a 786 maybe retrace, because that's where that resistance is, you know, the beginning of the resistance zone. So again, it's all hypothetical until it really, you know, pivots here and starts selling off. You don't know. All right, it could do anything. It could end up being a cipher, right? Anything. But the idea is you're looking at a large wave, right? The largest wave, X day, most of the time it's one of the largest, right? That and C and D are your largest waves, but B and C, or, you know, A to B and then B to C, those are like the shortest waves of the harmonic, potential harmonic, right? So maybe we're just in the midst of that, figuring that out, all right? Yeah, Enigma, it is crazy. Okay, so that's it. It's just kind of a reiteration of the static video I did. We're just up $100 from when I made the video, which again, it's nothing because it's still inside that little consolidation pattern, the wedge. All right, great. Guess we can look at S coins if you want. Okay, S coins down over, you know, everything's over 1%. You know, the big ones. Ethereum, excuse me, don't worry about that. Still continuing to try to climb a little bit, right? almost just looks like I don't know, harmonic, too deep. It's like a double bottom rally, but it's just range bound, right? If you go to the 60 minute, you just look at a range between, gosh dang it, dude. Talking about. Range between, you know, really 182 and 166, just like Bitcoin. Yeah, on the 4 hour, you had like a bullish divergence, like a low, about the same low, higher levels relative strength. Okay. And it broke the upside because of that. And then you go to the daily. The daily is the same analysis. This is like the swing trade talk, right? This is the one where it's like, okay. So it broke out of the wedge. And it had the divergence on the MACD. It had been forming it, and then it formed the tail end RSI divergence, bullish engulfing candle, yet no real higher prices, just sitting there hanging out, probably waiting for Bitcoin to make its move. You know, like this nice looking potential trade setup will fail miserably if Bitcoin dumps tremendously. If the volatility really gets bad on Bitcoin, this is going to be really bad for Ethereum. Like you just, you know, if you're an S-coin, altcoin fan of any kind, whatever, you know, stripes or colors you wear, I'm just talking about, you know, treating it like people treat their favorite sports team, their favorite S-coin, you know, like you really all need to be Bitcoin fans if you want to see the altcoin, you know, if you want to see the altcoins succeed. But then again, it's like this catch-22 crap that's been going on the past 3 to 5 months, where Bitcoin's been running up, you know, it was running up, and all the alts just slowly bleeding out, like all their market cap, right? The liquidity of the assets of the altcoins is just dried up, man, like the desert. And so it's now like, what's next? Like, what's going to happen? Like, I mean, like, you can look at this and be like, yeah, man, on a traditional market, let's give it a shot, right? But then it's like the S-coin, the crypto market, it's like, we don't really know what's going to happen if Bitcoin pumps or dumps. Like, if it pumps, there's a chance maybe they don't pump, really, right? They don't really go anywhere. Just because that's the way it's been going the past 5 months. Anytime Bitcoin pumps, these altcoins, they kind of follow behind, but not really that great. And if Bitcoin dumps, you know, there's a real good chance it's going to dump. You know, all the alts will dump too. So that's just not very good conditions. I hate those conditions. It's just weird. All right. I mean, I don't even remember the last time, like, I think it's been before since I was even in crypto in I got into crypto in 2017, like most people. And dude, like, since like I got into it, I've never seen altcoin liquidity so low. It's really, really low now. So that's not really good when you want to trade. Okay, just saying. Man, sorry. Had to bite the bullet and write a couple checks to the IRS today, and it sucked, man. Frickin' sucked. That's right, Cannon talking about maybe. Well, some are, right? All right, that's Ethereum. Has anything changed? Literally nothing, right? It's been days, right? Just think about since August 29th. It's now 9/11. Nothing's changed for Ethereum. Nothing. Not even the price, right? Great. Litecoin, same thing, right? Since the 28th of August, really nothing's changed. All right, don't think this is just off because it always breaks when I go from linear to log for some reason. I don't know why. You know, and at this point, maybe you can say like 1 and 2, there's like downsloping, converging trend lines, right? You know, could probably get away. There's white space, yeah, but it's just 1 and 2 now. And those eventually, these trend lines would converge, and it might be a wedge. You could call it that, whatever. It never made it to the bottom of the downsloping channel yet. But it's almost like a shot-for-shot remake of Ethereum in its current context, where it got to really critical areas of support that it had to hold. It's trying to hold on. It's showing the triple MACD bullish divergence. It ended up showing a little bit of divergence on the RSI, but it's gone. It went from like $62 all the way to $73. Okay, that's it. $10 move. with all this is extremely significant timescale stuff. This is how like big moves to the upside or downside occur when you see daily divergence, you know, bullish or bearish. And it's just done nothing yet. And it's still definitely confined within the parameters of the downtrend until it breaks above like $80, $77. All right. So we got the 4 hour and we got a linear scale. Right, still in that downtrend, but very close to breaking it. Could never break above this chop area. This pretty big resistance zone. You can see it all over. You're just not above it yet, but hey, it's not over yet. Gotta say there was definitely some divergence that was going on. A higher high, an actual slightly higher high with lower levels of relative strength every time. Selling off, but not too bad so far, right? So I think that there's definitely things that could happen if, like, you know, you were looking at the bullish scope. What would you need to have happen if you wanted, you know, higher prices? I mean, first step is breaking the 71 to 72.50 area. You break that, you're going to naturally at this point probably break the downsloping or geometrical resistance of the equidistant channel. If you do that, I mean, first step's going to be $82, the 236. But you're looking, you know, if you did all that and could hold outside of that long enough, you'd expect in time to see 94.35 to 114.16. These are just common retrace areas after you break a downtrend. And you reverse, you retrace, and then reverse at the one of the fib nodes. And commonly, these three are it. And now, of course, you could go deeper, 128, 136, but most commonly between 94 and 114. All right. Analysis has not changed at all on Litecoin. Sir Edwards, all you gotta do is rewind, man. It's real easy. It's VOD. I have that amenity for you, the viewer. So if you come in late, you can just rewind, man. That's awesome. XRP. Still holding that really critical support. Very, very critical. Look left. It's just like an area that you must stay above. All right. And you are staying above it so far. But, you know, from the PCZ of this Gartley, you've gone just about nowhere. All right. There was divergence. Looks like there's still more divergence, maybe. All right. The same low, high lows, relative strength every time. But where's the demand? Where's the buying pressure? It's just like all the rest. It's like, okay, yeah, you're showing, look, man, you're showing divergence on the oscillator, still on the daily, and yet nothing has happened yet. Still waiting. It's like, anyone got that skeleton meme where he's like sitting there and he's dead? He's a skeleton sitting in like a, you know, like a tailgating lawn chair. And there's like a sign. It's like waiting for XRP's bullish divergence to play out. Yeah. Or Ethereum or Litecoin for that matter. That's what's happening, dude. That's us waiting for this crap. So, right, it did break out of that downtrend. It had a nice rally, but hit a brick wall. 382 from that high to low. And that was it, man. That was the beginning of the golden zone. Triple topped, really, and then dumped. Back to the supports. Fell below that support that it had been building all year, and it fell to the lowest point. All right, you fall below this, well, look no further than the Poloniex chart, where there's actually tons of, like, the whole history. And it's the same thing, man. MG, thanks, man. Did I mention Trump banning flavored vape? No, I didn't know. He didn't ban it. He just is calling to maybe ban it, right? I don't think... Yeah, he's considering banning vaping because there's, like, you know, another death occurred. But I mean, it's like, okay, how many cigarette deaths are there every year? Like 10,000+ U.S. citizens die every year, and it's probably give or take a few thousand. That might be alcohol, a liver failure or something like that. Hold on, let me see. It's probably a lot more than that for cigarettes. Like, $480,000 deaths per year in the United States 41,000 deaths resulting from secondhand smoke exposure. So, you know, it's like 4 or 5 people have died, or maybe 6 now, from vaping. It just seems really like, I don't know, is it like a form of like conservative virtue signaling in a way? I don't know, because it just doesn't seem, it just seems weird. It's like, dude, it's nicotine, and like, yeah, okay, 6 people died. Well, then go take a look at cigarettes. Maybe you should. Oh, but no, it's too. You know, it used to be a cash crop in Virginia back when we were colonies, and no, we can't do it, man. See, that's just whatever. People gonna die of all kinds of stuff, and yeah, go figure. I got barbecue sauce on my face still. Sorry, man. I ate some ribs. Whew. Anyway. There you go. Okay, Logan, exactly. It's just like, I don't know, man. Yeah, no one died from, you know, Elon.
Is that a joint?
Okay, it's not even from vaping, it's the THC cards. Okay, so is it the one that has like the mix between, or nicotine and cannabis or something? Is that what you're saying? And what is it that makes it deadly, right? If that's the case. $100,000 people die per year of alcohol. 10,000 of those are from alcohol traffic deaths. Gotcha, Andy PDX. All right, it was something weird like that. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Johnny. I don't know. Hey, y'all know Apple made what was it? What is it, man? What is that? It made like year 52-week highs, maybe 6-month highs. I can't even find it anymore. I don't know. I guess it's gone. Whatever. Yeah, Apple's up. It's a iPhone 11. They're gonna have even more cameras than the Samsung. They're trying to one up the game. They're getting into, you know, the streaming service. They're gonna, you know, competing against Netflix, and that's never good for Netflix. Oh, Disney, right? And then Disney buying Fox, and then now Apple's in it. I mean, you've got just so many competitors now getting into the entertainment world because it's lucrative. Entertainment is like recession proof, dude. You're like, entertainment's always gonna be there through the good times and the bad, because people want to be entertained, rich or poor, right? So yeah, good for them. I mean, it's about time. Apple has like the largest cash reserves of any company on the planet. And like, what have they like really innovated since Jobs? Steve Jobs came out with the iPhone. I mean, Tim Cook, what you been doing, man? Well, we got the watch, which cool. The 5, the Apple Watch 5 is also, they was unveiled at the special event, and it looks pretty cool. Like the always on type watch. If like I didn't work from home, I'd think about getting one, but it just doesn't make sense. I always have like a PC in front of me. Like I always have access to, like, you know, my phone, or like that would just be if you're like on the fly or on the go, you know, those Apple Watches. And of course they've got their, didn't they unveil their, well, they unveiled it. I think they released it this month, right? Or maybe it hasn't been released yet, but this was the month they set to release their new credit card or whatever, their, you know, Apple Pay card, the titanium. So yeah, they're Apple doing things. Where's where are the Hodge twins when you need them for the sound clip, right? Okay, that's XRP. Oh my god, secret weapon. Might be time. It might be time. Time to go to $100, man. Assuming this channel plays out. All right. Let me see, man. Monera's up. Bitcoin's up. Everything else in the red on the day. I mean, ADA is down 3.36%. Like, what's going on, man? You know, it's like you broke out. Wait, sorry, you didn't break out. Look at the false breakout, man. And the reversal. Oh no, ADA, you suck again. Getting closer and closer to back to that entry, the top of the entry zone. Pathetic, dude. Freaking pathetic. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what are you even doing? I mean, like, you got to be on stupid, insignificant timescales to see any kind of moves, like on any of these alts. Like anyone out there just trading crypto and having a fun time with it, like, I don't know how you could. There's not like enough liquidity in this market anymore to trade more than Bitcoin. I just, again, like, all the signs are pointing to up on a very significant time scale, patterns larger than your face. But when is it gonna happen? If it's gonna happen, when? All right. You can have all the divergence in the world. You can hit PCZs. You can have the best setup there is. But if there are no buyers, it's just not gonna happen, man.
Have we looked at PLNG?
Planet Fitness, whale deer. I looked at it before, but I don't. Obviously, no. We haven't looked at Planet Fitness today, but we can. Planet Fitness. Can I remember they IPO'd? I want to talk about double top. Wow. Well, it was in some uptrend. It's not in it anymore. All right, this is just kind of the way I've had it. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I even looked at it, but one top, two tops, broke it. Looks like a measure move was hit. The trade played out for the most part on that double top, and then the rally only to make lower high. Man, you've got to anytime you're doing trend analysis at tops where things have been on extremely nice runs, you really got to take heed of lower highs. When you start seeing that price sell off again and again, that's like, dang, dude, that lower high right there, not good. But it does look like, I mean, it doesn't look like there's some sort of price contraction kind of going on. Let's just get rid of the channel that you fell out of. So little divergence, not on the RSA, just the MACD. I don't know if you can really get away with it. I mean, maybe. Right, just depends where you anchor from. Yeah, like, it does look like some price contraction going on this asset. Okay. I feel you, dog. Go get your gym membership. Help the price of Planet Fitness. Help the wedge play out if you truly care. Kappa. I don't really see much of a harmonic though. That's cool. You know, there's no real support until down at these areas, right? I mean, like 59, 56. There might be, I think those are much greater areas of value. Even if you are showing any kind of divergence from a low here to the lower low, it could, you know, rally and then sell off again and make even lower levels of negative momentum. You could have triple MACD bullish divergence, but I don't know. I just don't think it's strong enough yet. I don't think you're at strong enough supports yet, or anything like that. Fib extension from previous low to high. So you're hitting the 1272 fib extension right now. Meh. I could easily get to the 1414, and then, you know, really close to that 1618 is the beginning of that kind of support, stronger support zone. There's nothing here. You look left, there's nothing here. So it does seem possible the selling could continue on this asset. Doesn't look like the best type of trade setup, but dude, thanks for the 321. All right. All right. Sorry, let me move this real quick. Greg Varag, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome. Where'd I put it? It's right there. Okay. Hold on a sec, man. Hold on, dude. What is happening? Okay, sorry. Sorry, man. We're good now. Just gonna move this down here a little bit. All right. Sorry, man. Streaming world. It's weird. All right, ADA. Stop being a depression case, ADA. That's all you are right now. EOS, man. EOS fine. It's holding in there. Down to 1% today. It's okay. Look, dude. All right, like Ethereum, like Litecoin, like XRP, all the divergence in the world, and it broke out. It rallied. It's performed a little bit better than other alts. Just a little bit. That's EOS. $3.73. It's not that great. Not great, not terrible. Definitely Chernobyl levels. My dad accidentally sold AMD because he has some other asset called AMED or something in his Burge account. He sold it like before the sell-off happened. And he texted me today and told me that. I'm like, all right. Anyway, so yeah, this thing was to ever get closer to 438. We know it's a valid swing low from the high point, from the breakout, and the projected targets for just a common retrace going to be between 521 and 654. That's the same analysis, man. So now, after looking at Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP, Ethereum, EOS, Planet Fitness, going to engage a little bit with chat. All right. It'd be more fun to which one is it? It'd be way more fun to engage with chat like this, man. Wouldn't you agree? Type 1 in chat if you want me to engage with chat like this, or type 2 if you just want me to be normal. Okay. You kind of dig that watch, Andy PDX? Yeah, man, it was cool. It was cool. They're getting way more sophisticated. Like, think about the first generation Apple Watch. They sucked, man. But I'm not sure, though. Do the Apple 5 watches, do you have to have your phone with you? Because if so, it's like I thought they were going to try to fix that or make that where you didn't have to have the phone with you. Apple TV, $5 a month. That's less than World of Warcraft subscription system level. Are you kidding me? Leroy Jenkins. Oh, it's the fake THC pens that can make and pass off as real? Kevin, that's weird, dude. Okay, fake meaning black market. Gotcha. Sorry, I couldn't read through all that earlier when we were having that discussion. Oh my god, man. What's up, Remy, dude? Brian Reichner. Airmark, crazy rounding action. Aren't they like a linen and, you know, services company for like industrial and all that? Rounding, we can call it rounding. Let's call it some sort of crazy double bottom. Definitely not rounding though. No way, man. Oh, just a beautiful double bottom that played out and it's on a really nice run with many other things on across this market. There it is, man. I already got, dude, the channel's so perfect, man. You can't even like make this up, dude. Look at this Airmark channel. I did a 1 and 2 here, and when I pulled down, look what happened. Hit the wick and that perfectly. And look at the heart line resistance. Like you can see how you're just hugging it, trying to break it. Wonderful, but geez, man, look at the divergence going on. It's real bad. Bearish
What up,
divergence.
Mitch? Thanks for another day of your time. Thanks to you, I can accumulate my BTC with no fear, man. Clinking beer mugs.
Marco, dude, thanks so much for the freaking 20 super chat. Dang, dude, every day it seems like, man. You got my back, dude, and I really appreciate it. All right, thank you, dude. Well, you snowman, remember the whole thing on Bitcoin is neutral pattern. The break to the upside downside is going to be momentous. So be prepared, but wait for confirmation. Confirmation is always the best, but you know, sometimes you don't get it. So, you know, it's Bitcoin, but it could easily go down just as much as it could go up right now. That's what I think. I'm pretty neutral on it because neutral pattern. But other people are very bearish. And some people are extremely bullish. I'm just like, dude, do you not see the pattern? It's just there. All right. So gotta love that channel, but it all started right here, right? With this double freaking bottom. Look at that little wick, man. Probably stopping some folks out that were trying to scalp there. Maybe they had their stops too tight and just wicked down and then popped. See ya. Get wrecked, man. So there's probably like a channel that you broke out of, like, you know, the angle of descent was pretty bad. So you gotta have to plot from the downside, the upside. And yeah, it's right there. And look, you broke it. Almost looked like you back tested before rallying again. Nice. And so you're soon approaching very critical resistance points. High risk areas, if you're talking about longs, if you're long here, think about it. Common sense or just how you analyze charts. If you're making higher highs, you gapped up, right? You're about to approach a very critical resistance at 43.59, and then you've got this stupid amount of divergence, triple MACD bearish divergence going on, and you're overbought, man. This could be an area where it reverses the downside, maybe just to hit the bottom of the channel for running again, but you gotta expect, maybe, or not expect, but the market's telling you there might be a reversal in this area up here, all right? Breaking above 46.11, pretty simple how to get targets. If you ever, talking about all-time highs, from that high point to the lowest point, that wick, is that it? I can't see. Yes, that wick. Yeah, targets are way up here at 51.56. It's the first one, 1272. There's your error mark, man, all right? That was for you, Brian. Anyone who likes tech doesn't support Apple. I support tech, and I have an iPhone. I don't know, it's just like, it's a cultural thing, man. They did a real good, the marketing team for Apple's genius, because they embedded the iPhone like in human culture, I guess, right? Social culture, you'd call it. Sweet. Can do that. Some Nutzel man. Blake Miller. At home. At home stock? Sounds like a hotel. Yeah, that's not though, right? What is it? Sorry, man. There's too many companies out there to remember literally all of them. Like Airmark, like Cisco, like all these companies. You try to learn about them, but there's just too many. DocuSign, HubSpot, CRM, right? Just so many assets. But hey, good news is most of them try to, or have some sort of business model where they try to make profit. And if they don't, they at least have like steps to make profit. And they have to report it quarterly. Legally, they have to. And that's a real regulation. It's very important. Can't get away with being a scrub S-coin on the stock market for very long. I mean, like, dude, the stock market you will dump. You will look like all those OTCs, like TURV, right? If you don't, you'll go OTC. Hey, Andy, I don't even know what you're talking about bubbles, dude. Green bubbles, blue bubbles. Does it matter? Does it really matter what kind of bubbles you're talking about, man? You got a job offer today, Rule Boss? After the weird interview, pretty good salary compared to what you have now. Much more responsibility. You declined. Yeah, well, you might have dodged a bullet there, right? Just based on the kind of craziness. you knew more about him than probably, I mean, like for a normal person, like that's like what a really good friend should know. You knew that meeting him for a job interview. It's like, where are you, boss? Where are you talking about that stuff to a potential employee? What's up, Danny Armada? Joe M's a network engineer. Let's go, dude. We got a lot of people. You know what? If you want, you can participate. Everyone shout out what their profession is in here, like their day job, what you do for a living, like your main source of income. Shout it out. And if you don't want to, don't do it. But I think it'd be fun little thing, engagement for everyone, right? And I get to know too. It'd be cool. But that's Joe M. He started it. Blame him, not me. So Michael Tuscan. Okay, so all right, you want to look at some other assets that aren't moving or doing anything at all, right? Like this one, Neo, that could be at the PCZ, or like it is at the PCZ, the beginning, but the PCZ on a butterfly is vast between a 1272 and a 1618. So though it is holding here, it could just as easily sell off again and still be a valid pattern up until the point where it falls below $7.20. That's when it's, you know, it's invalid, right? So could be, because it did bounce at the 1272, but there's no follow through price action at all, dude, on Neo Connect. Well, there's a much better Neo that exists out there, at least technically. I don't know. I mean, this is definitely a potential bullish setup, but it's the altcoin market. Look at that, man. Fernando's a chef. James, retail. Danny Armada's an electrician. Orthopedic surgery for David. Dang, dude. Software architect for Thomas. Bartender for Nathan. Network and system admin for Desync. Got barbers, research assistants, software engineers, more engineers, HVAC business, lead optical lab technician, multiple software engineers, programmers, developers, aircraft mechanics, sanitary engineers, supply chain, property manager. That's freaking crazy, man. Dude, all walks of life. Guess what's brought us together? I mean, you gotta say maybe because the SEO and the marketing aspect of it, crypto, but it's really technical analysis. Most of you here care about that. And yes, we care about crypto, but I'm sorry, man. Like, you can only care so much before it's just like, we've analyzed it. The trade setups are there. They're at their PCZ areas, right? And you're waiting for the trade to play out on daily timescales, and it just hasn't yet. They haven't. And may never play out. Because it's crypto and it's illiquid and Bitcoin might dump, right? So many weird variables. Maria's a blogging and social media marketeer. You sell virtual currencies and games, CoinGrinder. There you go, man. Wow. Medical insurance for Blessed One Be.